Hello. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Terry. Pete and I are cousins by virtue of the fact that our mothers were sisters. That makes Peg Tenereillo my aunt. Of all my aunts, she was my favorite, and I was her favorite niece. And if you know differently, please don't tell me. Under the umbrella of aunt, Peg played many roles in my life. She was friend, mentor, partner in crime, and even surrogate mother at times. I loved her immensely. I always will. Unfortunately, there was always a lot of space between us, except for 1 year, when she lived in New Hampshire and I was living in Massachusetts. We were always on different parts of the continent. But during that 1 year, I was dependent on my parents to get me to her, and they didn't seem to want to go that often. So I learned over the years to have conversations over the phone with my Aunt Peg. We talked about a lot of things. Family, favorite TV shows, world events, faith. Aunt Peg was the first person I called when something new and unusual happened with me or my kids. Likewise, she would call me when something was going on with Pete and his family. Or we would call each other if news was filtering down about other relatives. She watched a lot of TV. Most of it was news. But she did have some TV shows that she liked. I watched no TV at all. She never understood how I could live without it. I could never understand why she needed it so much. She became my go-to gal for things regarding current events. She listened to the news all the time. She knew what was going on in the world and could discuss it at length. She loved being able to tell me stuff I didn't know about what was happening. She found news fascinating. And finally, we spoke about religion, about God, and about prayer. Aunt Peg loved her Catholic Church. In her eyes, it was perfect. She could not see what I perceived as the church's need to change and grow with the times. She insisted it was fine the way it was. I insisted it was not. We would get angry and yell and then laugh. No matter how strong our personal feelings were about church, they were not strong enough to tear apart our relationship. We finally, and often, had to just agree to hold different viewpoints. Aunt Peg loved to hear me play the piano. She always asked for one song, her favorite. She loved Somewhere My Love, Laura's theme from Dr. Zhivago, and I loved to play it for her. I thought about playing it for this video, but when I tried, I broke down and cried. I'll just leave that memory alone. Some people say that Friday the 13th is a bad day. When Pete told me how Aunt Peg's health had deteriorated, I really wanted to see her one more time before she died. So my daughter Sarah, her son Lucas, and I packed our bags for a weekend trip to California. We arrived on a Thursday. The next day, we went to see Aunt Peg. She was lucid and talkative. Of course. It was Friday the 13th. My good luck day. 3 days later, she was gone. Being loved by Aunt Peg remains one of the best things that has ever happened to me. I can't believe I'll not hear her voice again until I catch up with her in heaven.